Welcome to another episode of Angling Wisdom. I'm your host, Patrick Edwards, and it's great to be back with you this week. I just got back from an epic trip, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Welcome to the Angling Wisdom Podcast, the freshwater fishing podcast for multi-species anglers.
I've known Patrick for quite a few years, and there are a lot of people out there. It's an ego-driven industry. It's all about them. To find somebody that really wants to go find anglers for all different species, to bring them in, to give everybody a voice. This is the difference between what Patrick's doing and a lot of other shows. Is there's only a special few out there.
I have a very special guest all the way from Wapiti, Wyoming.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jim Zumbo. It's nice to actually spend 2.5 days fishing.
With a master angler like you, are you kidding me? This is a real treat.
Get ready for the culmination of angling wisdom and fun. I'm your host, Patrick Edwards, and this is the Angling Wisdom Podcast.
So I just got back from a trip to Flaming Gorge Reservoir, which I've been visiting for over 30 years now. And Flaming Gorge Reservoir, if you're not familiar with the name, is an incredible destination in southwest Wyoming. And I've been wanting to do a big trip there for a long time, and I've been wanting to do a film trip there for a while. And those of you who've been following this show know that my intention is to get you out there and to take you out on the water with me. Well, we did just that this past week. I went with a guide, Shane Dubois from Recon Angling, took us out on the water for 2 days. I also had Austin with us from Blue Creek Outdoors. He did all the filming. And we went and we chased after some monster lake trout. And the good news is, I'll put some pictures of some of the fish into this episode. The good news is you'll get to watch the full film, probably in the springtime, once we have everything produced and edited. And you can see how we caught these fish and how we pursued them, different tactics, different tips and tricks of how to do it. And not only that, we're going to showcase some of the other fish you can catch. We caught a lot of rainbow trout, some brown trout, some nice smallmouth bass, a burbot. So there's a lot of variety there. The one thing that we didn't catch, which was really surprising to all of us, was kokanee salmon. We were hoping to highlight some of those. But when you see these lake trout that we caught, these giants, you're going to want to go book a trip down there. So I want to say some thank yous first off for Travel Wyoming, the Southwest Wyoming Travel and Tourism for Green River and Rock Springs. Thank you so much for helping sponsor this trip so that we can make it possible. A big thank you to Buckboard Marina, to Tony and Jen for letting us stay there. By the way, if you go to Flaming Gorge and you want to book an awesome trip with Shane or one of the other guides, you can stay right there. We stayed in a nice little cabin, and it was perfect. It had a full kitchen, had everything that we needed, so it was fantastic. And you're right next to the boat ramp, which makes it really simple to get out on the water. You know, if you bring your boat down there, it's very, very easy. They have a big campground as well, so if you have a big camper and you want to plug in, they have everything for you. But big thank you to all those guys. Big thank you to Kurt at PK Lures. We hammered some lake trout on some PK lures. He sent us some 1 ounce spoons, and we caught a ton of fish. I brought home like 20-ish pounds of lake trout pups to eat, as well as a few little rainbows. So those spoons were phenomenal. A big thank you to Trapper with TB Custom Rods. Again, thank you so much for all you've done to help support my show and all of that as well. Kafaru, thanks to all the folks there for their support. And huge thank you to Shane for taking us fishing and, letting us use his boat for a couple of days and taking us all over the place. I also want to give a shout out to Striker Brands. They hooked us up with some amazing fishing outerwear that we wore during the film, and we couldn't have asked for better gear. It was great, helped keep us nice and warm. Also, the UV shirts were great, keeping the sun off of our skin. So big thank you to Striker for being a part of this. I mean, we got some incredible shots of the terrain. And if you're listening to this and you're not from Wyoming, I'm going to tell you, Flaming Gorge is probably the best place in North America to catch a gigantic lake trout. There's some places in Canada, and so if you're from the United States and you want to go up there, it's going to cost you a lot more to go up into Canada. Those of you who are in Canada, it's probably going to cost you a fair amount to come down here to Flaming Gorge, but it's a unique place. You're catching lake trout in the middle of a giant desert. It's pretty cool. I know a lot of people talk about Fort Peck. A lot of people talk about a whole bunch of other places, I mean, that have lake trout, but when you see the kind of fish we were catching and know that there's even bigger ones, like over 50 pounds, you're going to want to come check it out. It is phenomenal. There's some ginormous fish. We actually got broke off by one that was really, really big. Of course, you always say, well, that's typical fisherman story. But when you watch the film, you'll see it must have been an absolute monster to break what it did. So I won't give it all away, but yeah, just a phenomenal trip. We had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to showing everybody this. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, here's your opportunity. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you don't miss anything. There's going to be other films that I'll be doing throughout the summer. So I'm going to try to document some cool stuff over the summer. We'll produce it over the winter, and we'll start launching these next springtime. But again, thank you to everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching, everybody that's subscribed. It gives me motivation to keep doing this. So if you're liking what you're seeing, please drop a comment in and let me know that you like what you see. And I can't wait to take you on more adventures and show you more of the cool stuff that we're going to be able to do. Also, if you have an idea of something that you would like to see done, definitely let me know. You can go to our website, anglingwisdom.com. You can fill out the contact form and send me a message that way. You can go on to social media and message me. There's lots of different ways to get in touch. You can drop comments on the YouTube channel. I look at all those as well. So if you have an idea and you're like, hey, it'd be really cool if you did this trip, I'd love to hear about it and see if it's something that I can work into the schedule. And another big thank you, too, is to my family for being flexible and working with me as I try to pursue this dream of being able to do this show and travel to these places and take these big trips. So big thank you to them. But again, if you want to do a really cool trip this summer, go down to Flaming Gorge, get a hold of Tony and Jen, stay at Buckboard Marina, and you can also go down and hire Shane or one of the other guides and get out on the reservoir and catch some fish. I mean, they know exactly where to go. They work together to make sure that everybody knows, in their crew where the best bite is and help each other out. So they do a really good job of ensuring that you get on some fish. You'll learn some new tricks, and it's just a phenomenal time. I mean, reeling in a 40-plus inch fish is pretty darn exciting. So I hope you get out there and try it. And thanks again for watching this episode again. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And we'll see you on the next episode of Angling Wisdom. I'll see you out on the water.
Angling Wisdom has been brought to you by TB Custom Rods, Kufaru, and PK Lures. Don't forget to subscribe to Angling Wisdom on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts so you don't miss any of our new episodes. Also go to anglingwisdom.com for more fishing content. Until next time, I'll see you out on the water.